William Morrow and HarperAudio present Dating Dr. Dil, a novel by Nisha Sharma. Performed by Soneela Nankani and Vikas Adam. There's a small choice in rotten apples. Shakespeare, The Taming of the Shrew. Every apple has a little bit of bruising. It's up to you to add lemon juice and masala so you can't taste the difference. The key is to get yourself some fruit. Mrs. W. S. Gupta, Indians Abroad News. Chapter 1. Kareena. Kareena, you are the reigning queen of rice. Make your own biryani bar? I mean, it's genius. As your lawyer, I'm telling you that you have to trust me on this. You'll get the loan. Nina. Are you sure? I'm so nervous. Kareena. I'm sure. I'll meet you at the bank later today. Nina. I'm so glad I hired you and Women Who Work. You're really going to make my restaurant expansion dream a reality. Sorry the bank had to schedule this on your 30th birthday, though. I can't believe you're general counsel of an incredible company at such a young age. I mean, I was married, had my firstborn and my restaurant by 30, but that's different. I wanted a husband and family. Kareena. See you in a couple hours, Nina. Kareena tore the eye mask off her forehead and straightened her Taylor Swift concert sleep shirt. She had secured her dream job at a company that developed women-owned businesses in the tri-state area before her 30th birthday. But of course, one text from a client and her boss energy dissipated like mist. She tossed her phone on the rumpled bedspread and rubbed her hands over her face. She was 30 and single. No. 30 and successful. 30 and financially independent. 30 and still lived with her dad and grandmother. And single. Very, very single. Without even a maintenance man to grease the plumbing. If she had a time machine, she would have gone back to her last relationship in law school and said, "Sweetie, giving up dating until you achieve your career goals may not be the best idea, especially if you're searching for a happily ever after with a man. It becomes way too easy to be alone." Kareena felt like her family, her aunties, hell, the entire New Jersey South Asian population had been preparing her for being 30 and single. But did she listen? Nope. More importantly, did she really have to be reminded first thing in the morning? Like T-Swizz said, damn, it was only 7 a.m. I should have taken today off, she mumbled as she crawled out of bed and walked toward the adjoining bathroom. Even as she showered and mentally reviewed her schedule for the day, the misogynist adages she'd heard whispered at cultural gatherings echoed through her head. If you're single at 30, you have to lower your standards. If you're single at 30, your prospects for a happily ever after are diminished. If you're single at 30, you are perceived as difficult, and no one will want to marry you. Her father had never made her feel that way growing up, since he had a love marriage versus arranged marriage himself. But now that her younger sister was engaged, it was like ghosts of ancestors past had taken over his body, and he had suddenly become a traditionalist. Beta, the oldest daughter should be at least engaged before the youngest gets married. You should date more. Or we can find you matches. Rishtas. Maybe someone will want to marry a woman so independent at your age. His arguments, which were normally tepid, were becoming more and more frequent. It didn't help that her grandmother, Dadi, who Kareena also had a tendency to fight with on a regular basis, sided with Dad. Dadi's arguments, however, were now paired with subtle, passive-aggressive acts like cutting out a picture of Kareena's head and pasting
Sample complete. Ready to continue?